What is going on there, citizens of the Reject Nation? Greg here today. John's going to be joining me in just a little bit to do this reaction. But before that, I wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor. And this is a service that I personally have been using for several months. And I love them. It has been life-changing for me. And that is Masterclass. I'm telling you guys, it's worth getting. Because yes, signing up for them is a great way to support the channel, but really it's just an amazing investment in yourself. Here's basically how it works. There's over 180 plus experts in a variety of subjects, anywhere from like cooking, songwriting, screenwriting, directing, communications, a wide range of subjects, and they're all from experts. The best way to learn about any subject is to learn from an expert. Not long ago, I was speaking with a couple of filmmakers actually, and they were telling me how Masterclass was life-changing for them, specifically The Art of Negotiation by Chris Voss. They said it helped them out with business negotiations and communication skills just in general, and for someone like me who gets social anxiety in many circles, it actually really helps me out when communicating amongst strangers. And I was like, all right, how much is the program? And then what I found out was, and many people have this misconception, is that when you sign up for Masterclass, you're not signing up for just one class. You're getting access to all of the classes. And the classes are usually broken up into 10-minute segments. Sometimes they go a little bit longer, but they are all wonderfully put together, easy to digest. You really just become that much more knowledgeable depending on the subject that you want to study. My passion is in screenwriting, so I ended up taking Aaron Sorkin's screenwriting class, and I'm telling you, my creative writing changed so much. I'm currently making my way through the James Cameron course. There's so many that I'm going to be going through already, and right now they have a great deal going on that I highly recommend you check out, because this holiday, if you give one annual membership, you get one free. So you can go to masterclass.com/rejects. Once again, that's masterclass.com/rejects. Terms apply. I did this all off the dome, all off the top of my head, because I genuinely love this program, and I'm telling you, it is one of the most worthwhile investments. I'm excited to finally be partnering up with them. On to the reaction.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. It's a sequel to a super popular movie, and it's gonna have blue people underwater.
But Avatar 2? Marvel doesn't make those, you silly goose.
No, actually, I'm talking about Black Panther 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that series is in our repertoire.
That's not how that's pronounced. So anyway, obviously, we're gonna start the movie with a nice tribute to Chadwick Boseman. You know, the Marvel logo is just gonna be him.
Of course.
And in the movie, T'Challa's gonna pass away from an illness, and Shuri's gonna be trying to save him by making that heart-shaped herb synthetically, but she's not gonna manage.
Wow.
Yeah, so throughout the movie, Shuri and the Wakandans are kind of dealing with the passing of T'Challa while also dealing with this new threat that emerges.
Oh, what's the threat?
Oh, it's freaking Namor. Namor.
How do you pronounce that?
You know, everybody in the
Talocan.
movie's gonna say it differently. I guess there's no wrong way to say it.
No, I'm gonna pronounce it Namor.
Okay, no, maybe there is a wrong way.
Like a hungry little kid asking for seconds of his favorite dessert. Namor. Is that cool?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely not cool.
Well, okay.
That's how I'm gonna say
This
it.
guy want to fight Wakanda?
Well, it's a long story, but see, this guy's the leader of a secret underwater nation called Talocan, and they also have vibranium, right?
Now that's the stuff that makes all the cool things do all the cool things.
Yeah, and since Wakanda told the whole world about vibranium, the CIA started looking for some with a vibranium detecting machine.
What does that machine do?
It detects vibranium.
That's probably why they called it that.
That's
Yes.
absolutely why it's called that, sir. And since the CIA found some vibranium underwater, Namor is like, hey, Wakanda, this is your fault. What the heck?
Oh.
So he's like, no, you gotta go get me the scientist that made the machine.
I mean, if the machine was purchased by the CIA, they probably already looked into how to make more. What's the point of getting the scientist girl?
So we can introduce Riri Williams to the MCU before her show premieres on Disney+.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is urgent. Get her in here real quick.
Yeah, you see, I've heard this point brought up many times now. Many times. And I agree that I feel like the CIA probably, in some way, has already made a vibranium device. I feel like there's a way to replicate it or take it apart and rebuild it in their own fashion, you know? I feel like they're more than capable of doing what this teenager was able to do, essentially. However, you know, same time, Riri is the creator, so go after the creator. Might look at it as a source. I'm trying to find a way to justify it, admittedly. I don't have a real reason here.
You know, just the MCU is just full of brilliant scientists. There are only a couple, and if they don't work for you, then you just can't figure any of that stuff
Just
out.
go after the way he goes after Ramonda. He goes after the god of the machine.
Yeah, why not?
There
Why not?
we go. That's what it was.
Just go straight to the source every time.
So Namor just kind of shows up in Wakanda and says all this
Pronounces
to
it differently.
Shuri and the Queen.
Do they not have security for the waterways headed into Wakanda?
I mean, they must, but Namor's so good, he bypassed bypasses them.
How does he manage that?
With his, water skills, I guess. It's off screen, so he just comes and goes as he pleases.
Oh, coming and going as you please is tight.
Sure. So now Shuri and Okoye have to go get Riri, or Wakanda's gonna be attacked.
Why don't they send more backup with them?
Unclear, but
Why didn't they say more?
Why is this an only to the two most important people who aren't Ramonda mission? Yeah, that's a little. I mean, you could have brought at least Nika or a couple of the other Dora Milaje along.
Nika?
Nakia? No. The from I May Destroy You. She's Akila's like. I think that's their names. She's the one who they go. She's got the two daggers. And they go to her wrecked house, and she's like, I don't want to leave here. And then she's like, but we're back. And then she's like, what do you need me to do?
Definitely continue the reaction.
I just got so much more to say about these characters, though. Hold on.
But so then Shuri and Riri get taken to Talocan underwater.
Uh-oh, tough to breathe underwater.
And so Namor shows Shuri how beautiful his nation is and tells her his origin story and why he hates everybody.
Understandable.
I didn't even tell you why he hates everybody.
I know, I get it.
Okay, that's alarming. So anyway, he's like, hey, we should team up and burn the world down. And if you refuse, I'm going to destroy Wakanda first.
They're gonna wage war with the entire planet?
Yeah.
How do they plan on taking on landlocked countries with beluga whales and hot air balloons?
Well, I wouldn't laugh, sir. You know what they say about beluga whales. You never know when they're going to strike.
That's not true.
It might be. So anyway, eventually Nakia comes and rescues them, and they head back to Wakanda.
Nice.
But then Namor and his people are going to attack, and they've got water, they've got fish, they've got really good singers that'll make you kill yourself.
What?
And Namor has tiny little wings on his feet.
Aww.
And then he drowns the queen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then he tells Shuri, all right, I'm going to give you guys some time to regroup, okay? Does a week sound...
Whale in the background. Oh my god. Good catch.
Battle of the movie.
Okay.
So then Shuri freaking figures out how to synthesize that flower, and she becomes the Black Panther.
Oh, wow.
And she gives Okoye a
Can't
weird
stop
Power
looking at it
Ranger
now.
suit, and they make Riri a suit.
Nah,
Everybody just
Power
kinda getting
Rangers.
suits now?
That's right, sir. Several people are kinda Iron Man now.
Wow, and how did they get all that done in such a short amount of time?
Montage.
Gotcha.
So now it's time for the big final battle, and they've figured out their plan of attack.
What's their plan?
They're gonna head out to the ocean and fight the ocean guy and his people there.
Isn't that the enemy's home turf?
Yes.
Isn't that where the enemy will have the biggest advantage?
Oh, absolutely.
That doesn't seem like the best plan.
Well, that's the one they're going with. Also, they realize if they dry Namor, they can weaken him a bit.
But what, are they gonna attack him with a blow dryer?
No, that'd be ridiculous.
All right.
It's more of like a space heater type thing.
Like a sauna.
Okay.
So the Wakandans head to the ocean for this fight and, really get their butts kicked.
Yeah, because that's where the enemy's at their strongest.
For sure.
I do think that is a good point that I haven't really thought about directly, that like they do go to like the place where they have the biggest disadvantage. And I know you can't I know people have said like, why don't you go up to where the Jabari are and fight there? Like the fight wouldn't happen, but still it does feel a little bit like you're leaving yourselves entirely vulnerable without much of a plan. You're on this barge, you're completely surrounded. They know that they have like way more forces than you do.
Right, but they did have a specific type of ship device that the barge that they were on.
The sound cannon
Yeah,
thing.
and I think that the idea was to bait them, right? To bait them to coming there. They did plan on just escaping after they caught Namor, so that way they could just leave. But then I don't think what they anticipated, which is probably they should have, was that they could blow up the engines part with the
blow up the sound
water
cannon.
bomb things that they have.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think that was part of it, was to lure them in there thinking that they had the advantage, and their plan was to just leave after they got Namor, right?
With my military expertise,
Let me
I'm gonna
justify
say you're
Marvel.
probably
I'm justifying Marvel. That's what we do.
But Shuri's gonna manage to dry Namor off a little bit and get him on land, so they're gonna fight while he's weakened.
Oh, great.
But then she gets badly impaled, right through her.
Oh my god, well, it's gonna be impossible for her to beat this guy with that kind of injury.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because see, check this out. What she does is she's fine immediately. Oh, yeah, all good right away. So,
But what about the severe impaling wound?
hey, shut up. So then she's about to kill this guy,
Nanotech.
but then she's
They
like,
can
hey,
heal
what
fast.
about an alliance? And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, sure, an alliance.
And she trusts the word of this guy who just killed her mom and made that promise under the threat of death?
Yes.
Well, great.
So yeah, then we find out that the Black Panther had a kitten, and we're done.
What?
So what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a great movie and a nice tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is gonna fit right in with all the other fantastic movies we'll be releasing in 2022.
Oh yeah, people are gonna love them all, sir.
wow, is it really? Is that a fact?
I guess that. Well, okay, certified fresh. That means above what 80%.
Okay.
Because yeah, I feel like there's got to be one of them in the 7. Like they're not all rotten. Because isn't the Eternals the only one that's rotten this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just that it's the only one that's like unanimously pretty well agreed on.
Whoa, that is wild.
It is, yeah. Like especially seeing it presented that way.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
It's good though. It's a good one.
That means Black Panther Wakanda forever wins.
That's right. And we got to see the true origin conversation between the white writer and the white producer.
I thought something was gonna happen with that whale. It's crazy.
I know, it's just like a
This is a random
just
whale.
like a
with the
fun
background.
little Easter egg for us, the audience.
That's so funny. Alrighty, guys. Well, you managed to sum up that 2 hour and 40-minute movie really fast.
I know, and with an interesting tone for this pitch meeting. Like, it was still really funny, but it wasn't as off the walls as you might expect.
True. All right, guys. Well, leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, click that bell.